Hey guys, my name is Karis.
And I'm Shun.
And today we're coming to you with a Motherhood Unplugged. And it's going to be a series that we do, or try to do every Monday, that focuses on topics pertaining to mothers and the things that we go through. And so today we're going to come to you with a story from her holistic path. And I'm going to read you what she said, and then we're going to comment on what she said, and we're going to also go through some of the comments and respond to some of the things that some of her followers have said, but we're not going to say who exactly said what. Okay, so she said, "No one teaches you how to love a child you didn't plan to have. No one shows you how to traverse the emotional complexity of loving a child you weren't happy about being pregnant with. It's even more difficult at those times when they're having tantrums and pushing you to a point of emotional exhaustion. It's confusing. When the same people who told you that you pretty much ruined your life are smiling ear to ear at your baby shower a few months later, it's hard looking at a beautiful baby and being bogged down by the thoughts of how you will take care of them and how much life will change. It's so easy to project the pain of your wounded inner child onto your baby. It is the lethal cycle of undeath with trauma. This stage of motherhood has forced me to look at my reflection in my daughter's eyes and realize that no, I don't enjoy being a mother all the time, but this child has been the catalyst for major growth. She is the mirror that allows me to look into my past and see the fears still controlling me now. When we heal our deepest pains, we are speaking to our ancestors across the space-time illusion and holding a cross-generational conversation within our DNA that heals old wounds and resectifies long-lost problems. Motherhood hasn't just healed me, it's healed the mothers that came before me. The reality is I don't want to be a mother every day. I don't want to feel held back from chasing my dreams and goals. I don't want to be exhausted, but I know this little girl has brought me face to face with things that would have otherwise been ignored in my bubble of childless freedom. Dear mama who is going through an unplanned pregnancy, don't feel guilty, don't feel afraid, don't feel ashamed. That baby chose you to be its mother at the perfect time. Surrender to the journey of unpredictability and let this new being show you a whole new part of yourself you didn't know was there."
Okay. So this is a post that I saw on Twitter actually. And I woke up this morning and I just saw a lot of people talking about how I think I saw one post that said something about y'all's baby daddies didn't show y'all signs of deadbeatism before they got you pregnant.
Right.
And then there was another girl talking about how she had decisions before she chose to have a child, and how the post would just like when her child sees the post in the future, it would damage her. I don't agree at all with either of those statements per se. I know Karis doesn't either.
Right.
But my sister went through postpartum depression, so I mean, I just feel like people act like it's wrong for a woman to talk about the hardships of being a mom. Just because you're talking about how hard it is to be a mom and the things that you go through day to day does not mean that you don't want your baby or you don't love your child or you can't take care of him or her. You know what I mean?
Right. And I also feel like that because she's expressing how she once felt, or even sometimes how she may still even feel, I don't see that there's nothing wrong with that, because at the same time, you can be the best parent and whatever, but at the end of the day, you still deal with mental challenges with being a mother, especially if you don't have any help. Like if it's just you all by yourself, like as a mom, I don't know what I would do if I had to have my son and my daughter 24/7 with no break. Like that is mentally and emotionally and physically exhausting. And so for her to express how she feel and to be kind of bashed for how she feel and criticized for how she feel, I truly disagree. And I especially disagree when it's people who speaking on something that they cannot relate to. Like, if you're not a mother, you shouldn't speak on anything pertaining to a mother, because until you do it, until you walk in those shoes, you don't understand how hard it is to be a mother. And for little people to depend on you, and if you don't do it, their dad can walk away at any time, and it's still up to the mother to take care of that child,
Yeah,
damaged and all.
And even people that like are married and have both the man and the wife in the household, and they still go through things like that. Like, it's not easy for anybody. Like, whether the dad showed signs of deadbeatism before you got pregnant, and even like the first decision is whether to keep the baby or not.
Exactly.
And I don't think that has anything to do with the father.
Right.
As a mother, you make that decision, and sometimes, well, I mean, for me personally, I didn't think about anybody else other than my baby. So whether I felt like I was going to be a single mom or a co-parent or whatever, that wasn't anywhere in my mind.
Right. And so we're going to go through and we're going to read some of the comments that people have commented, and we're going to kind of elaborate a little bit on it. Like, we're not going to sit here and bash the person for having their opinion, but we will say whether we disagree or disagree, and we will not expose the name. Like, if you guys want to know who said what, you can go on the post yourself, but that's not what we're here to do. We're just here to
have a conversation
and express how we feel about the situation, being that I am a mother and she's walking into motherhood, and she's dealing with, she can relate to some of the things that this lady was talking about as well, as well as I, and we're in different situations. So, but let's see. Okay, someone said, don't have any more kids, don't even know why you chose to have two. Stop breeding if you really feel like that. They didn't ask to be here. It was your choice if you wanted them here. Just say you didn't want to be a mom and go. And I feel sorry for your kids to even have a mom be like this. Yeah, motherhood is hard, but if you can't handle it, don't have them. As simple as that. You're sorry as HELL.
See, but that's the problem. Like, she's not saying that she can't handle being a mom. She's expressing how hard it is, and I don't think that that's a problem at all. Like, people should be able to express freely the struggles that they go through, and how they deal with it, and like their story as a mom. Like, I don't feel like it should be a problem for people to talk about how hard it was for them. Like, my mom is a single mom of 3.
And my mom, for a little bit, was a single mother of 5.
Yeah.
4.
So I know that it was hard for her. I know it was times she wanted to quit. I know it was times she wanted to break down, but she didn't. Like, and I know, like, that she loves me with everything in her. But I'm pretty sure, like, if she had it any other way, she wouldn't choose to be a single mom of 3. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she would choose to have some kind of support or help.
Right. Let's see.
How about you don't get pregnant next time and save the sob story?
You're like, wow. I feel like that comment should stay exactly where it was at in that person's head, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure this person is a man, so you can't relate.
Yeah.
So why are you speaking on it? I just disagree.
A lot of people, let me see. A lot of people have positive comments too, though.
Right.
This lady says, OMG, I feel that. I never thought I would have a child I didn't want, but when I saw that blue line, I was like, F-U-C-K. Here she is, and I'm learning to love her. My first child, I wanted him so bad. I wished and hoped and dreamed for him. I miss him when he's gone. My daughter, I refused to look at her for a while when I gave birth to her. I just held her and looked away. It's been a long road. Thanks for this post. Our aunt went through postpartum depression with her second baby, and she's married. Her husband is very much so in her life.
Right.
But it's just something that women go through, like, and
there's nothing wrong with that, and I don't know why people make it such a bad thing. I feel like it doesn't make you less of a mother that motherhood has, kind of pushed you into depression. I don't feel like that is something that should be bashed. If anything, if you're that concerned about, her parenting, you should try to reach out and talk to her and make sure that she is okay and that she's getting the help that she needs so that she can be the mother that she can to her children. If you really feel like she's not fit or that she shouldn't have any more kids, you shouldn't bash her because her kids are already here. She's clearly taking care of her kids. She's just expressing how she feels.
Exactly. And postpartum depression isn't not wanting your kids. A lot of the times you want your children and you love them so much, but at the same time,
It's overwhelming.
like any depression, it's a chemical imbalance. Like,
Right.
It's something that you can't help. Like, nobody wants to feel depression, but it's not something you can just say, I'm not going to be depressed.
Right.
Like, you have to be, what's the word? I don't know. You have to go through, like, therapy and,
Right.
you know, like, it takes time. Over time, it gets better. Like, my aunt now, she loves both of her kids.
Clearly.
Like, yes. Like, they're definitely her pride and joy. Anytime you see her kids are with her,
girls
like,
are with her, yes.
and it's clear that she loves them a lot.
Right.
But let's see if we can find some more little comments and things.
And also, while she's looking for more comments, I'm going to say that with my son, I wasn't, depressed about having him or anything. I was actually happy about my son. And so I found myself now, like after 2 kids, it's not that I'm going through a depression, but it's more so of like me wanting to do what I used to do, but knowing that I have kids and I have responsibilities. I don't. But I take that my time when they're both with their dads. I take that time for myself to do whatever it is I want to do. But at the beginning, I've always been a homebody. My sister will tell you I'm a homebody. I don't go out much. But now I'm at the stage of my life where I want to, like go out, not necessarily to a club, but just go out and enjoy myself. Like just have fun, just let loose, let my hair down, drink a little, like just, just do what I was able to do before kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that having kids means that you have to completely like just be a homebody. You can still,
live your life and have fun.
But take care of your responsibility first.
Yeah.
And as long as your kid is taken care of or your kid is in good hands, I wouldn't never leave my kids like with a friend or anybody to go out. I just don't think it's that deep. But if they're with family and they want to watch my kids, then while they have them or while their dads have them, I'm going to plan to do what I want to do.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm a college student to the full degree. Like, I experienced college and I hope to still be able to experience college after pregnancy. But I mean, when I did find out I was pregnant, I did like have to slow down a lot. Like, even during the first couple months when I wasn't showing, I was still going out and like going to concerts and stuff like that, just because I was not ready to let that part of myself go. Like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that either. Like, no, you shouldn't be around like smoking and stuff like that while you're pregnant. But I mean, to go to a concert or hang out with friends, I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay, so this lady says, this could go for those of us that tried for years and years to get pregnant, only to have a loss after loss after loss. Finally having a successful pregnancy and holding a sleepless baby in your arms at 4 a.m. really makes you doubt and fear what you've longed for all your life. It's a guilt that is hard to put into words, doubting the best thing that has ever happened to you on those sleepless nights. You doubt your ability to be a mother and doubt your ability to be a good human. But, I'm losing my breath. But then you look into those tiny eyes with so much wisdom and love and realize this baby was waiting for the perfect moment to come through. This baby chose you to be his mama. This baby is making you grow more and see the world with such a different lens. Thank you at Her Holistic Path for always helping me realize how blessed I truly am. Even if our stories are different, I always gain major insight when I read your posts.
So if she's touching one person, she's making a difference, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that lady had lots of miscarriages and kept on trying, and even when she finally got it, she still saw that this shit is hard as fuck.
Right.
They're scaring me. Yeah, but I just felt like that topic was something that kind of needed to be touched on. No, I've never been through postpartum depression, but I did go through a little bit of a depression in the beginning of my pregnancy, like the first trimester. I was very depressed. I was also very sick, which may or may not have had anything to do with it. But at the same time, like, I knew that I wanted my baby. Like, it didn't matter what was going on in my head, in my heart, I knew I wanted my baby.
Right.
And I don't care if the whole world leaves me behind and I have to figure out how to do it by myself. That doesn't mean that I shouldn't have become a mom or I shouldn't have become pregnant. Like,
Right.
What's mine is mine. What's for me is for me.
Exactly. Amen, sister.
And Jackson, he's for me. So I just don't feel like anybody should be judged about that. And even if your pregnancy isn't planned, people talk about how you have decisions to make before. Everybody doesn't believe in abortion. Abortion is not for everybody. Like, adoption isn't either. Like, a lot of people want to have that. I mean, when you think of having a baby in the beginning, it just seems so perfect. Like, everything's going to be so perfect. You don't think about how hard it's going to be.
Right.
But
That's
then
true.
people start telling you. Lord, do they tell you. But, yeah.
Well, that's all. We just wanted to, bring light to this situation and kind of touch bases on it and, kind of just say what we felt about the situation.
Yes, leave your comments and how you feel about it in the comment section.
But be mindful that if you're rude or disrespectful, you will be overlooked. And if you get to the point to where you're extremely disrespectful, you will be blocked.
Yes, definitely. But, yes, this is just the grand opening of the Motherhood Unplugged. I feel like this is going to be fun, like a fun little mom series, like where I can learn from my sister and other women's experiences. And then, like, when Jackson comes, I'll have my own experiences to talk about. And I just think it'll be a good thing for women that are young and, or just in general, moms in general.
Right.
So, yeah.
And if there are any topics on motherhood that you guys want us to speak on, or if you want us to do a part 2 of this, like if you have questions or anything like that, just ask us. We don't mind doing that for you guys. As well as if you want to interact with us live and would rather do like a Motherhood Unplugged on Instagram Live so that we can interact with you and answer your questions on there. We're open to do that too. So whatever suggestions you guys have or topics that you want us to cover, just feel free to tell us, and we will try to do those for you guys.
Yes. And before we forget, we did start a Instagram page for us. It's Karis and Shun. I'm going to put it in the description. Snapchat.
Karis and Shun.
Karis and Shun. Gonna put that in the description. But y'all remember to just leave your comments in the comment section, subscribe, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Really?
Yeah.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.